Hey guys, and welcome to another episode in a series where we look at the trucks officially announced for the upcoming game Snowrunner. In this episode, we're going to be looking at the fully licensed Freightliner 114 SD, Freightliner's severe duty vocational truck, and talking about how it may do in game. The Freightliner naming scheme is super easy to understand and explain. The number refers to the bumper to back of cab, or BBC measurement, and the SD refers to the fact that this is Freightliner's severe duty range. Freightliner also makes severe duty trucks in 108 and 122 inch BBC measurement models, so they've chosen the middling power model to represent in-game, which is fair enough in my opinion, as we'll get to later. Despite the fact that this truck is named after the BBC measurement, it does actually come with both extended and double cab options. Presumably at this point, the general length of the hood becomes a better indicator of what model of severe duty Freightliner you're looking at. The Freightliner severe duty range is pretty new in comparison to some of the other trucks that we featured in game, and it really shows, not just in the general design but also the styling. The cab itself is made out of aluminium and plated steel and is designed to be aerodynamic. The interior is also designed to be sleek and modern with a range of trim levels. In fact, the entire truck in general has a massive array of both configurations and uses. Single to tri-dum rear axles are available, dual twin steer front axles are available, and up to 3 push axles can be fitted for dump trucks. In terms of vocational equipment, this truck can also be outfitted with cranes, cement mixers, snowplows, and so much more stuff, meaning that no matter the job, this truck can be fitted for it. The Freightliner 114 SD's engine selection is just as impressive and features some absolute beasts. The standard engine is the 350 horsepower, 12.8 litre diesel inline-6 Detroit diesel DD13. However, this engine also comes in many horsepower ratings, up to and including 505 horsepower, which is absolutely ridiculous. Unfortunately, that is the most impressive engine the Freightliner can fit, as other options include the Detroit diesel DD8 7.7 litre inline-6, which comes in options from 260 to 350 horsepower, the Cummins L9 8.9 litre inline-6 with ratings up to 380 horsepower available, the Cummins X12 11.9 litre inline-6 that can go up to 500 horsepower, and finally the Cummins ISX 12N, a pretty unique 119.9 litre inline-6 engine that runs on natural gas and comes in many horsepower ratings, up to and including 400. These are some very powerful engines indeed, and honestly, the styling of this truck undersells the power of this vehicle. With the engine powers in mind, 300 litres actually seems somewhat on the small side. I mean, 500 horsepower is enough to give a lot of the heavies a run for their money. Based on what I found in a user manual, it seems like both the differential and all-wheel drives are switchable in the real vehicle using a couple different switches in the cockpit. Although just like last episode, I'm surprised that the all-wheel drive isn't upgradable, as by standard, the 114 SD is a 6x4 truck. Whilst I can't find anything online about the dimensions of this truck, I have to assume that 8.7 meters is correct, as I did find reference to both 8.3 meter and 9.3 meter versions of this vehicle, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that an 8.7 meter version would also be available, which is pretty decent and should give this truck a nice amount of room for cargo space on any sort of flatbed it could take. I think this truck is almost an American version of the ASOV 64131 that we covered before, in that it has a super powerful range of engines and clearly some off-roading capability, but since it's not designed to off-road from the ground up without some serious modifications such as larger tyres and beefy suspension kits, this truck might actually struggle where less powerful trucks could use their design to overcome obstacles. However, in light off-roading and especially hard surfaces, this truck should be a beast, able to tow even the heaviest loads. This is actually rather surprising to me, as I assumed from the styling that this would be a limp-wristed modern truck. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really means a lot, and if you have anything you want to say or ask concerning this video or the series in general, please feel free to comment. I enjoy hearing from you guys. Thank you for watching, and take it easy everyone.